It makes him the face of the move. It makes him the bigger target. He's screwing a few people over by blindsiding them. And he is doing all of this for D, who we all know is a homewrecker. It's a big yikes. What up again? I'm recording this video early today, probably hours before I post it, so this will either air before or right after Devens either uses his Diamond Power veto or doesn't, but just the mere fact that Devens has heavily considered using the Diamond veto on D rather than keeping it for himself is enough for me to finally pull out my roast of Rick Devens, which I have been waiting for because Rick has shown this season who he really is as a person. That's the beauty of Big Brother and live feeds. You can really analyze a person's behavior, and this season has been quite a case study of Rick Devens as a person, and the results are not pretty. He is a fame whore at best, or at worst, he is a father who said, fuck them kids, let me go away for 3 months and not play to win. Now, before I get started with today's draggings, let me say that I still think Rick Devens can win, especially since this season is so obviously catered to the vets by production. But if he uses the veto power today, which is his intention as of the recording of this video, if he uses it on D, he just made his own game harder because it just grows his target when he was in a good spot socially. And it just speaks to why he has never won Survivor. He's playing to help someone else's game while making his own game harder. But before we just get too much into the game, let's really analyze what we have seen from Devens as a person and gathered from him. One thing I have gathered is that Rick can barely take care of himself. This 40-something-year-old man does not clean. He is no older father figure in the house, and in fact, he relies on the older Lala to clean, while also early on messing with Lala, being a part of the people that were messing with Lala to make the house dirtier, even though she's the one cleaning for your ass. No fatherly cleaning in the house for Rick Devens. So he was a part of the drive Lala crazy schemes, though she was one of the few people trying to clean the house. So I just wonder, are Rick's kids growing up in filth, or does that just all fall on his wife? We learned this season that Rick cannot cook for himself, also relying on Lala and Taylor to do most of the cooking at his big age of 40-something. Does Devens let his kids starve, or does he rely on his wife to make sure he and his kids have food on the table? I bring this up because Devens has left his family for 3 months. And early in the season, his wife was on social media. His wife, Becca, a name I don't love for a 40-something-year-old. Let's just call you Rebecca. But Becca has been on social media a lot this season. But one of the things early on she complained about is that she couldn't keep up with the feeds all the time because she does have to take care of everything where the kids are concerned right now. So you would think that Devens deciding to leave his family for 3 months, he would be playing to win the money. And he has been doing well socially, currently in a good spot, but using the Diamond veto on D only grows his own target. It makes him the face of the move. It makes him the bigger target. He's screwing a few people over by blindsiding them. And he is doing all of this for D, who we all know is a homewrecker. It's a big yikes. It is a big yikes. Now, I know his slow wife, Becca, got on social media when people were saying she should leave him if he uses the power on D and doesn't keep it for himself. And Becca went online and said that she would leave him if he didn't use the power on D. Now, I don't know if this was just her defending Rick, because I'm not going to say that she should not defend her husband. But at the same time, Not Bright Becca is also saying it's okay that Devin said fuck them kids, basically. She's saying it's okay if he's not going on the show to play for himself to win the money that really would help our family. It's a weird statement to make. You know, she should not get caught up defending Devens on social media all the time, because then she does just drag herself into this bullshit. Like, this is what Love Island family members and friends do all the time. Luckily for these players, this show is not as popular as that show is, or it would be so over for them on social media after this season. But Becca still sounds loud and wrong, because all Devens will do with this move is grow his own target and make his own game harder, and he's doing this for Dee to make her game easier. And if the vets did not have production on their side, a move like this would be a guaranteed loss on most Big Brother seasons. Luckily, it does seem like for now, the show is setting up for Drew to get the next power, and he will probably get a power that will just protect the vets and get them further. But what I see in these dynamics between Devens and Becca is that Devens is a person who already has very little responsibilities at home. He is someone who says he just wants to be a professional reality TV star. That's what he said on the feeds a couple of times. And he has a wife who lets him leave the family to do that because she is already used to doing all of the cooking, all of the cleaning, and possibly a whole lot more. It's a shitty dynamic. And yet Devens can't even go on the show and play for himself. Truly pathetic as a father. And furthermore, how can Rick and his wife sound even dumber? Well, let me tell you how. Because currently, last night and this morning, Dee and Angela are planning on pretending that they didn't know Devens was going to use the power. That is their game plan going in, which is another stupid lie by them. But what this means is that their game plan is that they are putting this entire move on Devens, which means putting the target on Devens. Smart gameplay of Dee. You know, Dee is someone playing for herself. This is why she has won a game before. But it does show how pathetic Devens is to not play for himself. And how pathetic it is that he could just give in to Dee pushing him to use this power in the first place. That is only going to help her and hurt him. So Devens helping out Dee in a huge way, and Dee and Angela planning it in a way where he is the bigger target, is crazy. But not Bright Becca jokes she would leave Devens if he doesn't use the veto to save Dee. I'm sure maybe it was just a defense mechanism from Becca online, because there has, like, social media is crazy. You get into the trenches defending your husband, but it's probably why you shouldn't be online all the time trying to do that, because then you say dumb statements, and yeah, I am going to drag you for dumb statements. Anyway, in the end, again here, I will say that Devens can still win, especially since production wants a vet to win so obviously. But if Devens is using the veto to save Dee, he did make his own game harder. He now has a harder game to get the target off of his back. He's pulling the target off of Dee's back and like sticking it on his own. And I think Dee will play in a way to also try and grow Devens' target bigger than hers. So, like, all I could really say to end this video is I guess that the Michael Jordan meme needs to move over, because Devens is really the new meme. So I just think that, like, yikes, he better hope production keeps on rigging for him, because if not, what a legacy to leave behind coming out of this season, losing as the Michael Jordan meme when you help somebody else who already won money before over yourself to help your family financially, when clearly you might not even help them with food, cooking, cleaning. It's just, oof.